Hello Taurus, and welcome to your Astroflower reading for 2022. If you don't know anything about the Astroflower, it's a new concept for the new paradigm. You can find a link in the description below that will take you to the introductory video about the Astroflower. That explain about all the elements and the qualities, and also the petal construction that you can see here, where we are going to be pulling some tarot cards. We also have a sister channel called Cymatic TV, where we do energy updates once a week according to the vibrations that are coming through from the sun, in accordance to the planets and also the earth, and getting a message from the earth by dowsing ley lines. And this will actually give you a heads up, give you a sort of nuance on the readings that we do on a weekly basis for this channel here, on the tarot cards for each sign, but also on the Astroflower readings that we do once every 2 weeks. So as those elements are heightened and some that are diminished according to the vibration of the sun and the planets and stuff like that. So get over to Cymatic TV. Subscribe, click that bell so you've got notification, and also obviously subscribe to this channel. Click the bell so you've got notifications for all new videos coming up. Okay, so we're just going to dive straight in here with you, Taurus, for your reading for 2022, and see what's actually happening for you. For the readings of what I've done already, it seems to be very fundamental. It's almost as if we really have stepped into that new paradigm, that new sort of Aquarian sort of energy now, which is very humane sort of energy. And, we're going to be, I think we're going to be learning a lot as individuals, but also as a collective over this coming year. And the universe is trying to help us to understand what it's like to be a community, to be a planet that works together, which would be really interesting, So let's just see what's coming out for you, Taurus. So you're getting the influence from the universe on your spiritual path, which is down this side, and your material path, which is down this side here. And you've got the Justice card here. I hope that sort of focused nicely. A Justice card. So the universe is asking you to be just. It's pretty much what it's sort of saying there. And you're pretty good at that, Taurus. You know what I mean? You're the sort of sign that sort of has solid grounds to work upon. And, you don't like injustice. Let's be honest. You don't really like injustice, On your karmic path, you have the Seven of Wands. So it's learning how to sort of, although you put the emotions out there and you stand up in community and stuff like that, you will be protected through this whole sort of thing. But people don't tend to like other people having success sometimes, and they may want to sort of knock you off your pedestal, so be careful about that. And that's why you've got to be really just, and I think that's where the universe is really helping you. On the physical side and the material side, your karmic path is actually to reach for the stars, and you're very solid. You know what I mean? When you work on something, you start on a plan and you stick to it, Taurus, and it's asking you really to reach for those stars, to sort of wish on a star, because you will get fulfillment out of it. If you set the bar really low, you can probably get over it, but then you probably won't get as much back from it. So the universe on this side, so this is petal 4, so this is the influences from the universe. It's the Five of Wands. I hope that's focusing nicely. The five of Swords. But look at him. He's got a bit of a headache, and he's walking away from some sort of battle that others think they might have won. But because you've walked away, and this is where you can be strong, Taurus. I know sometimes you can sort of you'll be in there, you'll want the justice to be done and everything like that, and you want things to be solid, sort of squared off and true and what have you. But sometimes the world around us may not necessarily be like that. And, it's a case where sometimes you got to understand that it's actually, you win more when you learn how to lose. And when you learn how to lose, because there's some battles that you just don't need to win, Taurus. That's what it seems like. Okay, so this is petal 5. This is the super subconscious. So it's sort of saying it's the where your guides are helping to manifest or create your surroundings, or your reality around you that's not necessarily directly attached to you, but it's going to create those coincidences that help you recognize your karmic path. And here you get the Knight of Wands. It's got 4 wands on there as it is under the behind her, and she's beating to the drum, and it's going on that journey. Very passionate journey. So as it's to do with the spirit and stuff like that, I know you're tied into what you do and how you physically do things in your material world and stuff like that. Not that you're materialistic. It's not that necessarily, although you do like nice things. It's more a case of being passionate about the people that are around you. And being one of those leaders, learning to stand up. That's what it's going to be about, sort of, Taurus, for you. Okay, on the material world, you get the 2 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles, this is also the super subconscious, and this is where your guides are trying to help you on your karmic path according to your material world. This could be a job, projects and stuff like that. But it's telling you to concentrate on the things that actually serve you best. So focusing on how you apply your energies and your force within you. In this petal here, there's a lot of emotions in your sign, and sometimes you can get pulled off your path emotionally. Sometimes it gets a bit hot in that head, like any bull, like a Taurus. You know what I mean? But you don't have to be that that bull in the china shop. You can be a lot more selective. And I think that's what this whole 5 of Swords is about, is the universe is trying to help you to understand this year about choosing your battles. And, reaching for the stars is going to mean that you've got to concentrate on where you're going. Okay? So on the petal 8, which is your subconscious. So this is where your guides sort of help you in regards of like the devil and the angel, in Tom and Jerry, that sort of sit on our shoulders. And the 10 of Pentacles, obviously it's an earthly sign. So, and Taurus, you're a people of action. You're not a people of necessarily of beautiful words. Not that that's not a bad thing, but you're more of a case of, my actions speak louder than words. And you seem to have everything at your grasp this year in order to portray that within your spirit, within your emotions, within your community. You know what I mean? There's dogs on this card. There's little kids on this card. There's everything you could possibly want. You know what I mean? And you've definitely got those resources available to you for this coming year emotionally. So you can rely upon yourself. You're going to be just this year. You're going to be righteous in a way, which I know you Tauruses will like that. You like being just. Okay, so on the material path, you have the 4 of Cups as well on your subconscious. So the 4 of Cups is, just be wary of, having that bull in the china shop. So having a little bit of a tantrum about the whole sort of thing. Excuse me, I just need to check that light a little bit because it's shining brightly in my eyes. You need to check that side of things. As you can see on this card, the universe is actually holding out, or the world is holding out a full cup to you. That's what it's doing. And it's, it's sort of saying, don't worry about those 3 cups there. As actually, this cup here is actually getting full, and it's getting filled up all the time. So, if you withdraw yourself from society, and I can understand that doing that, but you shouldn't do it, and, I know society can be a bit of a pain in the backside. Everybody has that. But don't get caught up in little tizzy battles. It goes back to that 5 of Swords again. You know what I mean? It goes back to that. It goes back to that 5 of Swords, and it's just saying to you, concentrate on the things that have really got value rather than what could have been, So, how do you interact with the rest of the... look at that. That's absolutely brilliant. I think you're the first sign that's come up with the sun as yet. And happiness. Be happy, Taurus. Sometimes you can be a little bit serious, because your due diligence of your work, you're very secure, or you like things to be done correctly, and don't forget you do have to have fun as well. Don't work too hard. All work makes Joe Sitback's a very boring person, as we say in England. But, so don't get carried away with yourself. Don't forget life should be fun and you should be enjoying it. And when you create that fun for yourself and when you create that pleasure for yourself, you actually create it for everybody around you. And that's really important. And if you start realizing that when you're happy, everybody else can be happy, at that point there, your sun will shine. Your star, and this is your karmic path, your star will shine. You will be wishing on a star, and you might even become a star, you know what I mean? That could be quite interesting. Let's just see what's going on in that inner being within yourself on petal 6, the inner sanctum. The Page of Swords. Page of Swords. The Knight of Swords. As you can see, he's whisking off. He's followed by by those birds and etc. And he's running off to his motorbike to just jump on the motorbike and go even faster. Maybe this connects, I think, with the 4 of Cups over here. The idea of running before you can walk. It's not a case of that, but it's just a case of don't run off too quickly within yourself without doing the basic stuff and getting the basic stuff done to start with. But you're going to be called, you're going to have this sensation this year, and I think this is the same for every sign, and I think it's really the sign of the times. You're going to be called on a mission in your life. That's how you're going to feel it this year. You're going to feel like you're on a mission. And I would go full-heartedly into that mission and, see what is actually going on that mission. So I just got to check that it's recording. It's you've got to go fully on into what you're doing. And if you do that, you'll have all the resources in your spirit, and you should be having more fun. I think it's going to be much more of a spiritual sort of side for you this sort of year. Yeah, there's physical stuff to be done, but that's what's new for the Taurus. They're always doing physical stuff. You know what I mean? If anyone's going to build a house, Taurus is going to build a house. You know what I mean? So trust that side of you, that fixed earth side of you that is solid. Like the tower. And if you do sort of concentrate on that sort of side, you're going to have pure happiness. It's going to be great fun. Okay? So I would like to... I keep getting drawn to that Knight of Swords that's in the middle of you, because everything else seems to be flowing off that. You may feel, if you follow it through here, you've got Justice going to the 7 of Wands, to the Knight of Swords, to the 4 of Cups. You may not feel that the physical world is in tune with the just or the, being righteous of the universe. And that's maybe the pathway. So I just want to clarify that sort of Knight of Swords, see what's going on there. Look at that, fair exchange. What was I just saying? 6 of Pentacles. It's all about the fair exchange. And, you know, then you've got the Hangman, so you've got to look at things at a different perspective sometimes. And I think that's got to do with this 5 of Swords and this 2 of Pentacles. And then you get the Sun. Again, so you got the Sun twice. You know, it's the fun, the pleasure starts inside you. That's the thing. And if you do that, if it starts inside you, everybody else can have fun. That's the main thing. If you're in a bad way, then there's less chance everyone around you is going to be in a good way. You know, I do want to see what this Knight of Wands is about, and that 2 of Pentacles, because it's a real sort of game of two halves here. You know, everything's down here sort of seems to be, you know, all about sort of protection, justice, and you know, little bits of battles that you shouldn't be involved in. I just want to see what's going on with that Knight of Wands. So let me just get a bit of space there for that Knight of Wands. You got the 5 of Cups. So as you go down that journey, you may get disappointed. I think this is tied into the 7 of Wands as well. As you go down that journey, you can ask people to step up to the plate. And you may get a bit disappointed with some people that are just up to the plate. This is mad. You've got the Justice just above it as well. So it's tying in these 3 sections down the bottom. Oh, God, the cards are great. Great fun, aren't they? And then you've got the Hermit, so which is very similar to the Hangman. You know, and it's asking you, the Hermit there is asking you to shine your light, and which is connecting to that Knight of Wands. So your passion, you've learnt it. You've gone up all those stairs, you've gone up the mountain and everything like that. You've got that inner learning within yourself. And this year, you should be shining that, because that's where it's coming from. That sun, look at that. That you know, the sun is within him. It's absolutely brilliant. Let's just have a quick look at that Pentacles as well, that 2 of Pentacles there. 8 of Cups, the World, and Strength. Okay, if there's anyone who's going to be Strength, it's going to be Taurus, isn't it? You know, they're very strong signs, very strong character signs. And the 8 of Cups is a bit, you know, I think this ties into this. I think this ties into this 5 of Swords, because, you know, she's walking away. It's like, you know, walking away from something that doesn't serve them. And that's exactly what the 5 of Swords is talking about. Choosing your battles. Don't get involved in things. If you do that, you'll finish those sort of cycles. You know, the world is sort of, for me, the world is sort of saying you've got all the resources. A bit like the sort of 10 of Pentacles as well. And, you know, but to do that, you've got to be strong, because you don't want to get involved in having tantrums about the world, which is really easy to do. Believe me, it really is easy to do. I totally understand that. I get that, and everybody gets that, you know. So this year, you've got to learn on your side to be just with yourself, so you can allow your sun to shine, and to concentrate on the things that actually are working for you. You can play with the things that don't work with you, but don't forget, you've got to cover your foundation, Taurus. Whichever way it's going to happen, it's going to be fun. And it's going to be happiness, pure joy, you know. So, Taurus, I guess the message for you is, let the sun shine. Could I have been a singer in my life? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? I'm not on this channel anyway. So, you know, let your sun shine. Don't forget, Taurus, it should be fun. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Please do subscribe. Click that bell so then you get more readings from us. And we're going to be doing a lot more stuff on this channel here. So, yeah, in the meantime, 2022, the sun is just for you.